MMA boxing talk here. Wow, Paige VanZant gets a second round TKO over Bec Rawlings. Started off by a switch kick to the face, to the head of Bec Rawlings. Dropped her right away. Spectacular finish by Paige VanZant. I cannot believe it. Let's just see what the announcers have to say. Very interesting. Um, Very close fight. The first round was very close. Oh, right to the chin, right to the jaw. And then Paige makes no mistake. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. Ground and pound, like Brian Stan just said, very unorthodox in this fight. She was throwing, flying knees, flying kicks, switch kick. She looked pretty good, She missed a lot of the kicks in the first part of the fight, but she landed a few in the end and one to knock her right on her ass. And Bec Rawlings is pretty tough to be not out cold from that kick because Paige VanZant hit the sweet spot on Bec Rawlings' jaw, and I mean, unbelievable, super sensational. Paige VanZant, a lot of people were questioning what she'd be like coming into this fight. And because she was in Dancing with the Stars, she was out for 8 months. Her last fight, she got beat up pretty bad. I mean, the blood might have made it look a lot worse than it was, but her face was covered in blood. She lost very decisively, and she comes back with a sensational win against Bec Rawlings, who some people thought Bec Rawlings would win, and I thought Bec Rawlings could win, no doubt. But Paige VanZant showing more facets to her game now. Her striking looked sensational. I mean, she missed a lot, like I said in the beginning, but she landed some nice flying knees, some nice kicks, leg kicks, and a beautiful switch kick to finish it off. Very, very impressed. Let me know what you guys think. It'll be interesting to see who she fights next. Maybe, have her fight Naomi Umis again, because Naomi Umis just is coming off of a loss, and she beat Paige. So I don't know. Maybe they won't go that route. Who knows? Maybe they'll take their time with her. But Bec Rawlings was no joke. She's a pretty solid opponent at strawweight. So anyway, great win, and yeah, let's hear what Paige VanZant has to say after the fight here.
UFC Fight Night is sponsored by Metro PCS. Only Metro PCS brings you closer than ever to the UFC. And by Reebok, the official provider of the UFC Fight Kit. This is truly one of the most beautiful cities in North America. Maybe the most beautiful city in the world. You look at Broad Street Bridge and you look at that young lady who just put on a show to make it official. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliotta has called a stop to this contest at 17 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, 12-gauge Paige VanZant.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Paige VanZant. Paige, I thought you were a grinder. You go up and dance for a little bit, all of a sudden now you're flashy?
Yeah, apparently I needed a little bit of that dance movement. I didn't run forward, or I tried not to run forward this time. I danced a little bit more and got a knockout.
It was funny because it sounded like your coaches told you in the corner after round 1, hey, don't get too caught up in the junk. They wanted you to throw more traditional combinations. But it was what they were calling junk that ended up catching her and leading the knockout.
Yeah, exactly. No, my corners knew I was really capable of having. I have strong punches, but I've never been able to use them because I rush forward and I just tackle people with small shots. So they told me to step back and use my big shots, and it worked.
Well, we saw your athleticism. Sky's the limit. What's next? You're obviously a very busy woman. You've got a lot of demands. But is your next fight going to be a priority?
Yeah, definitely. I want to get on that December card in Sacramento, and I'm ready. And I just want to say thank you so much to God. This fight camp was harder than any ever. I almost felt like I needed to pull out. Everything went wrong.
Well, incredible performance. We look forward to seeing your next fight. Ladies and gentlemen, Paige VanZant.
Great performance. The post-fight, said it all. Wow. Not much else to say. Paige VanZant, I'll be very excited to see who she fights next. And it looks like she's becoming a little more of a well-rounded fighter. Using a lot of footwork in this fight and movement. Also, very beautiful striking, and that's only going to get better. She's still only 21 years old. And I remember when she first, came to the UFC, she got asked a question by a reporter, and she basically said, like, well, I don't really have a style, to be honest. I'm not setting any patterns. I just started this. I haven't been doing it that long. I'm like an open canvas kind of thing, a blank canvas, and just ready to take in all aspects of MMA. And she's really incorporating her striking as this fight showed. And her wrestling's solid. Obviously trained at Team Alpha Male, and cardio was always good as well. Against Rose Namajunas, she showed a lot of heart and grit. Even though she lost, she hung in there when a lot of people would have gave up and submitted. So she's definitely the hype is real at this point. We'll see what happens next, but that was a great win and spectacular fashion. Can't wait to see your next fight. That's it for this one. If you like the video, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at MMA Boxing Talk 1. Peace.